What's up, YouTube? This is KingDaddyDMAC, and welcome back to another Pokemon Black and White Wi-Fi battle. Today, I got a really good match against the YouTuber FierceBirdOfFlame. Make sure to go check his link out in the description below. Anyway, today I'm using a new team. It's been really good for me. It's a nice change of pace from the semi-stall teams that I've been using in my last couple videos. And it's pretty neat. It's more dragon-oriented, but it doesn't have a lot of steel, which isn't too common to see. I also like it because it's pretty difficult to figure out who I'm going to lead with. There's a lot of nice candidates for that. But anyway, let's get on with the battle. Alright guys, so I'm going to end up leading with my Deoxys. It is a suicide lead and the primary lead, if possible, to use on my team. It's meant to prevent the opponent from setting up any hazards for himself while getting my hazards on the field as quickly as possible. Now, the fact he led with a T-Tar wasn't the best for me, but he does end up getting scared out because of the possible superpower. I ended up going for the taunt just in case he tried to set up the rocks. Really didn't want him to get anything on the field. Really helps out my team. Ended up going into the Jellicent, so the taunt wasn't horrible. It's always nice to get a taunt on a wall. But in any case, I'm going to get my rocks up, and he's going to have the Shadow Ball, which is a really rare move to see on Jellicent. I guess some of the Pokemon on his team, Phoenix Fire had used in a Halloween special battle, so it kind of makes sense to have Shadow Ball on a team if that's what the theme was. But in any case, going to be able to get up my first layer of spikes before he's able to finish me off. So didn't get quite as much as I would have liked up. Had I went for the hazards right away instead of taunting, would have had another layer up. But in any case, I'm not going to complain. I'm already in a very nice position. Anyway, now in the Rotom, I go for the Willow. I knew it would be pretty good if he switched. I could catch something on the switch, or if he stayed in, the burn would negate his leftovers. So in either case, pretty decent. However, he doesn't switch. He went for the recover, so no harm, no foul. The miss was no huge deal. But I was really afraid this turn of him going into that Hydreigon. So I go ahead, I Volt Switch out, get a nice chunk of damage, which, of course, Jellicent's just so bulky, he's going to be able to live any type of super effective move. Now, I was really fearing the possible Willow this turn, and this Haxorus is meant to be a late-game sweeper, and it does carry the Lumberry, so it was really the only thing I could switch into in case of the burn and not highly cripple my team. But ends up Shadow Balling, so not so bad. And since I still have my Lum, I'm going to be able to easily just go ahead, Dragon Dance up, which is very important. Because assuming he doesn't have any faster Scarfers, I'd have to do that. Otherwise, he could just come in with the Hydreigon after killing the Jellicent and just revenge me. So at least this kind of hedges my bets. However, it's going to be rough right here. I may not kill with the Outrage. So crossing my fingers, and no, I don't get it. He's going to Shadow Ball me, but I will live. I will be able to live at least 2 turns of Sandstorm, and he will not. So goodbye, Jellicent. What a pain in the ass. So anyway, now I was thinking I should be able to outspeed, but what? He U-turns, and this is going to tell me, yes, he is Choice Scarf. So very, very good mental note to take. And in the end, it ended up being worth it. So now right here, I did not want him to spin off my hazards, because there's no way I'd be able to set him up again, and I really need that to keep the momentum going of my team. So I'm going to go first in my Rotom, which will be faster, get that Volt Switch off, and make him feel like he can freely rapid spin, and then go right into my Jelly. I know he went for the Ice Beam, not really sure there if he was thinking maybe I went to the Dragonite or what. He'd probably, if he carries it, would have been better off going for the Toxic Spikes. But in any case, still good. He has no hazards, and I do. So after debating my options, I realized I couldn't really hit him hard. I decided to go for the Willow just because it would probably rack up more damage on the Tentacruel than a Scold would. But I also have the nice option of, if he switches, catching him like I do right there at the Gengar. So I don't want to take a Stab Shadow Ball to the face. Go into my Rotom, and I knew I'd be able to survive any move he did. Plus, like this, if he subbed, it puts me in a very, very good spot. Because here's my plan. no matter what he does right here, I'm going to be able to live it. He ends up going for the pain split, which probably does the smaller amount of any possible damage he could have done to me, but it does keep him alive a little longer. However, I'm going to be able to break his sub with the Volt Switch and go into my Scissor. Now this puts him into the position where I could Pursuit or I could Bullet Punch. I kind of thought, considering how low he is, he's probably not going to care to save him. So I go for the Bullet Punch, ends up paying off, and I really didn't want to see something like an HP Fire to my face or a sub disable or something like that. So anyway, seeing he went into the Hydreigon, he's going to go for the Fire Blast, and I really didn't think that a Bullet Punch would KO, so I go into my Jelly. I'm going to be able to take any move he throws at me, Draco Meteors all day long, knowing that he's Scarfed. Ends up going for that Fire Blast, so not too good for him. I knew he was going to switch, so I pulled the double switch right here, went into the Rotom. Just in case he predicted me to switch into the Scizor, I didn't want to go straight into that. So I went into the Rotom first so I could take a fire, any type of fire move. He goes into the T-Tar. And also a pretty good spot, he may switch out fearing the Willow, and I'm going to use the Volt Switch because this will also let me easily switch into my Scizor, not fearing the possible Fire Blast from the T-Tar. And once again, put him in that oh so shitty scenario. Is Scizor going to Bullet Punch or is he going to U-turn? So, I know he has nothing left that can really take a U-turn, and I know he'd outspeed me and probably has the Fire Blast, so I just go ahead and Bullet Punch. Ends up paying off big because he stays in, so he probably did have that Fire-type move. Now, it's nice I was able to take out the T-Tar, however, this is going to give him a very, very good opportunity with his Conch Elder. He can bring it in free and clear, and of course force me out because I don't want to stay in and Bullet Punch and let him get a free bulk up. So he's at +1 defense, +1 attack. I was a little nervous here because I didn't really know what the outcome would be. The only choice I really had is just to outrage and hope for the best. I know it would be a 2-hit kill for me, and I am faster. However, he is going to carry that priority Mach Punch. So he goes for the payback, which was the smart move, of course, because I do resist a Drain Punch. So he's bringing me down, and I'm pretty close to KO range, and this is really going to be the moment of truth. Goes for that Mach Punch, and look, 14 HP, freaking epic, just not enough. And you can see how much it paid off for me to prevent him from getting Stealth Rocks up on the field, because if he had rocks up, he would have won out that scenario. So anywho, let's get this match finished. I definitely have it in the bag and have for a little bit now, but going to that Rotom just because I want to force his Hydreigon to do anything but that Fire Blast. He went for the Draco, which is of course going to KO, but now I can go into the Scizor, which is going to resist, plus he's at the -2 special attack. Now right here, I could have just went for the Bullet Punch, but I knew I could take those all day long, so I decided instead I'm going to go for the U-turn, bring myself into that Jelly, and I was kind of concerned that his Tentacruel had more health than it actually did, and I wanted to make sure that he wouldn't be able to set up any spikes or anything like that. I know it's just being hyper anal, whatever. But anyway, it doesn't even matter because he dies to the hazards. So great game, Fire Phoenix. Can't wait to play you again, guys. Make sure to go check him out. Link is in the description below. Big up and comer. And yeah, guys, do not forget, we have next weekend, December 10th in New Jersey, the next PMP KOTC Nation tournament. I will be there along with a lot of other PMP directors and some beta people, so it's a must-go event. The update for it has been uploaded already onto PMP, so go check it out for more details, but I'll have some links about it in the description below. And anyway, guys, enjoy the rest of your weekend, and as always, comment, like, subscribe, and peace out.